YouTube, what is up? So today we're going to be taking a look at the Spider-Man Marvel Legends Kingpin Build-A-Figure wave. First two figures we're going to be taking a look at are going to be the Symbiote Spider-Man and the Red Goblin. We actually have I can't say entire wave, but we are missing the six-armed Spider-Man. My son happened to be in town, so that was one that he wanted, and I told a friend that I'll pick his extra one up since he pre-ordered them, and so I'm still waiting on that. Actually, I should contact him today. But there you have Marvel's Black Cat, Silver Sable, Marvel's Puma, and Night Thrasher. But we're going to be looking at these two. I was able to pick these up locally in Vegas at a local toy shop, Big Bang Toys. Yeah, he let me know they were in, and I went and picked them up. So if you guys are not too familiar with these guys are actually awesome figures. I know some people were disappointed with the wave, but as time goes on, I think people are going to really learn to appreciate these two figures. And I know a lot of people have actually moved away from reading and collecting comic books, but yeah, they're gonna be something special at some point, and people are gonna realize it. If you go back to the Amazing Spider-Man, Dan Slott's run, I mean, he was writing for them for over maybe 10 years, and this was the conclusion of his run with the Red Goblin and the Symbiote Spider-Man, well, this looking version of Spider-Man. And yeah, so you would have to go back to let's say issues 796 all the way through like 801 maybe, or is it 800? Can't be quite too sure. I really don't want to babble on, but we're gonna look at the Red Goblin first. And if you're not too familiar with him, this is the Green Goblin, Norman Osborn. What happened in the series is he ends up being cured of the Green Goblin serum that he had in his system, which gives him all that extra strength and everything, and he goes out looking for a way to retrieve that Green Goblin form, and he doesn't quite know what to do at some point, where he goes looking for the Carnage symbiote, which at this time is like in a bunker under the sea. So he breaks in and steals the Carnage symbiote, and pretty much gives it to himself. And at this point, he is able to inject himself with the Green Goblin serum. And at first, he's running around as himself, and then he turns into the Green Goblin, and everybody thought that he was cured of it and wouldn't be able to retain it. And because he had the Carnage suit, he's able to retain it. So now not only is he the Green Goblin, but he has a Carnage suit, which ends up making him the Red Goblin. So this story is actually really good. I didn't think I would like it, and because these figures came back, or these figures came out, I went back and caught up on it, and then I realized, wow, that this story is actually really good, and there's a lot of good characters in here. I mean, you have Doc Ock with the superior octopus costume, and then you even have Flash Thompson running around in his anti-venom costume. And those are a couple figures that I'm gonna have to say Hasbro's just gonna straight out have to come out and give us those figures. I mean, we did get the Agent Venom, the Walgreens exclusive, and the colors are pretty much the reversal. So everything that's black is white, and what's white is black, and that would be a good look. I mean, if they did, I can see us getting like pretty much just a repaint of that one, which would be a little disappointing, but acceptable. I think they would have to do a little bit of retooling on that figure just to make it look a little better, but nevertheless, it'll be one that I would be interested in. So after Red Goblin bonds himself with this, he goes out and he's trying to find out who Spider-Man is, and he runs into Jameson, and Jameson pretty much lets him know that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and they're having a conversation where Jameson is held captive, and he's being pretty much interrogated by Kingpin. Damn it, Kingpin! This is the Kingpin wave, by the Red Goblin, and he says, "Well, he'll never stop coming after you." Pretty much like you threw his girlfriend, off a building, and then it clicks in his head. Wait a minute, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. So then he starts going after Spider-Man, and after that, it's story even gets more interesting because you see Miles show up, you see Silk show up, you see Venom trying to come in and help with the situation, and the Red Goblin has this thing where he can stick like needles in you, and then they would pretty much get you sick, but then eventually they can kill you. So he gets all these people infected or whatever, if that's what you want to call it, and anti-venom comes around and cures everybody. So this story, I'm telling you, it gets really good. So Flash Thompson, no spoilers if you haven't read it already, it's been out for quite some time. In fact, they're already starting on a new Amazing Spider-Man with Nick Spencer. I hope you guys aren't getting bored yet with my talk, but this is for those of you who don't know what's going on in the series. So Nick Spencer is working on the new Amazing Spider-Man, and these two figures were part of the Dan Slott run of Amazing Spider-Man. Let's go ahead and crack these open, and then we'll talk about the Symbiote Spider-Man. In fact, let's just get that over with before we crack them open. So Venom comes to aid Spider-Man in a fight with the Red Goblin, and they pretty much get their asses handed to him. And sorry, somebody text me right now. Anyway, so Eddie Brock ends up telling Parker, like, hey, you know what, I was able to damage him or hurt him a little bit. Why don't you take the Venom suit and and then go battle him that way? Since the Green Goblin has Carnage, I'll give you Venom, and you can be how could I say this? You can pose a threat to him with the Venom suit, So he takes a Venom suit. At this time, this is when in the storyline, Anti-Venom is going around healing everyone. So he's losing parts of himself at that moment, where I guess it takes time for him to recoup from that. I'm not quite sure how that actually works, and if you know, go ahead and leave me a comment below and let me know what you guys know as far as that is concerned. But these two guys are having it out. Anti-Venom shows up, and Red Goblin ends up killing Flash Thompson. If you guys read that, man, it sucks. Like, it, yeah. I mean, I know a lot of you guys have become, fans of Agent Venom and Flash Thompson as Anti-Venom. And yeah, this part of the storyline sucks, but it's so good. And it pisses Peter off to the point of where he's so mad that he actually gets taken over because of that anger by the Venom symbiote suit. And he has this more Venom look to him. And it's just for a short second. But man, is it a good look. If you guys may want to go back and check that out. Anyway, so yeah, he as Anti-Venom's dying, Peter even offers him, like, hey man, take the Venom suit and maybe it can save you. And he's like, no, I got Anti-Venom in me, and pretty much it could kill Venom, and he didn't want that. And he's like telling Parker to calm down, don't let Venom take over, because I know Venom is good. I changed Venom when I had the suit. So that's pretty much the story. Whoops. That's pretty much the story, and let's go ahead and crack these two figures open and see what we got. Alright, so here we have both figures unboxed. Let's take a look at this Symbiote Spider-Man. It's going to be pretty much the same as the Superior Venom. Has the same feet anyway, and the same body for that matter. The only thing that we're getting that's different is going to be the head sculpt. Decent figure. Not too bad. I know the eyes kind of come off a little, but other than that, I mean, it's nothing that we haven't seen before, but still a good looking figure. This one did come with the right leg for Kingpin. Can't wait to put this Kingpin together. I mean, that's a really good look. And actually, the leg came with the Red Goblin, and the heads came with the Spider-Man. But nevertheless, this is a good figure. Not bad. I mean, it's everything we would expect out of a Spider-Man. Let's take a quick close-up look at the... yeah, mine's got a little bit of paint missing, but nothing too crazy. There's the back. Yeah, overall, not bad. We did get interchangeable arms. Let's go ahead and switch these out. These are more claw-like arms, and again, we did see these. We have seen these before. Other than that, I really can't say too much about this figure. It's pretty plain Jane, but for what it is, it's not bad at all. Not a bad figure. Let's see if we can get that to focus a little better. There we go. Not bad. Now, the Red Goblin, let's go ahead and get him down. Stand this guy up somewhere to the side. Go ahead and take him off this flight stand. Now this is really good looking figure. It's a lot darker than the Carnage, although on camera it seems like it's pretty close, but to the naked eye it's not that close at all. There's his tail. This is hard plastic, not bendy at all. If you try to bend it, it's just going to return back to form. And he comes with the Kingpin right leg and this little bomb here. Funny thing about these bombs in the comics, they laugh and then, you know, they'll bite onto you. They just won't blow up like the Green Goblins. Let's take that down. And I know a lot of people were asking for a glider with him, and that would have been reasonable. I mean, you know, would have gave us, you know, more bang for our buck, but, you know, they could have gave us, you know, that Carnage hand with the axe. He did use that in the comic books. All they would have had to do would have been to just, you know, mold it in this shade of red. Maybe a few extra bombs with some tentacles on them, you know. But, you know, for what it is, it's not terrible. It's not bad at all. And again, like I said, if, you know, people were to read the last few issues of the Dan Slott's Amazing Spider-Man, they may appreciate these figures a little more. Yeah, I know a glider would have been nice. You know, just wasn't something, I guess, wasn't something they couldn't do for us. But overall, I mean, these figures are pretty good, man. Not bad. So that's going to do it for the Symbiote Spider-Man and Red Goblin. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This video is going to be about 20 minutes long already. Maybe around 15. Yeah, any questions, again, feel free to ask. Make sure you like and subscribe. Let's go ahead and do a giveaway. So if you stuck around this long, where is it at? Let's go ahead and give this guy away. What do you guys think? How am I gonna do this? So after you watch the video, like, subscribe, and in the comments just put something along the lines of, give me the Red Goblin. That way I know you watched all the way to the end, and I will announce that winner when I show the video for the BAF, the Kingpin. Once the Kingpin's all the way built, I'll do a separate video, and we'll just go ahead and make that announcement and send it out right away. Alright everyone, take care.